you ever wonder why some people seem to get richer just by existing, while everyone else is stuck grinding paycheck to paycheck? It's not luck. It's not some secret stock tip. It's not a rich uncle. There's actually a pattern, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Rich people are not smarter than you. They are not working harder than you. In a lot of cases, they're working less. So what's really going on? Here's the uncomfortable part. The secret isn't really a secret. It's boring. It's been sitting in plain sight the whole time, but it works precisely because most people ignore it. Today, we're breaking down the real systems wealthy people use to stay wealthy, and why everyone else keeps circling the same financial drain no matter how much they earn. My name is Martin, and if you've ever felt like money makes sense for everyone except you, stick around. Because by the end of this, it's going to make a lot more sense. And if this helps, hit subscribe. Let's start with the first big difference. Most people treat money like a feeling. Rich people treat money like a system. For most people, money is emotional. You get paid, you feel relief, you see something you want, you feel desire. A bill shows up, you feel dread. Every decision is reactive. But wealthy people build structure around money so they don't have to rely on willpower or mood. They automate savings, they automate investing, they set rules in advance so they don't have to make emotional decisions in the moment. If you wait until you feel like saving money, you will almost never save, because spending always feels better in the moment. But if saving happens automatically before you even see the money, feelings become irrelevant. That's the first real secret. It's not more discipline, it's removing the need for discipline in the first place. This connects to something deeper. Most people optimize their paycheck. Wealthy people optimize ownership. Most people spend their whole financial life trying to trade more hours for more dollars. Work harder, get a raise, take on overtime. There's nothing wrong with working hard, but there's a ceiling on that strategy, because you only have so many hours in a day. Wealthy people focus on owning things that make money whether they're working or not. Stocks that pay dividends, property that generates rent, a business that runs without them standing there every hour. One group is renting out their time. The other group owns assets that quietly work in the background, even while they sleep. Let's make this concrete. Imagine someone earning $70,000 a year purely from their job. Every dollar depends on them showing up. If they get sick, income stops. If they get laid off, income stops. Now imagine someone earning $50,000 from their job, but also owning $200,000 in dividend-paying investments, generating another $8,000 a year, completely separate from their effort. That second person isn't necessarily earning more overall, but their financial life is fundamentally more secure because part of their income doesn't depend on them personally doing anything. That's the real gap. It's not just about how much you make. It's about how much of your income depends on you continuing to trade hours for it. And that gap is exactly why so many people stay stuck, no matter how many raises they get. But there's a second piece to this puzzle, one that has nothing to do with how much money you have and everything to do with how long you're willing to wait for it. The second piece of the puzzle is patience, but not the kind of patience people talk about at church or in a self-help book. This is patience as a financial weapon. Wealthy people don't just own assets, they leave them alone. That sounds too simple to matter, but it might be the single most underrated habit in personal finance. Because here's what happens when the average person invests. The market drops. They panic. They sell. Then the market recovers, and they missed it. Then they try again, get nervous again, and repeat the same cycle for years. Meanwhile, someone who just left their money alone, through the boring years, through the scary years, through the years where nothing seemed to be happening, ends up far ahead. Not because they were smarter, because they didn't interrupt the process. This is where compounding comes in. And compounding is deceptive because it looks like nothing at first. If you invest $300 a month and earn an average 8% return, after 5 years, you might have around $22,000. Doesn't feel life-changing. But after 25 years, That same habit turns into more than $280,000. Same monthly amount, same effort. The only difference is time. Wealthy people understand this instinctively, so they treat time as an asset, not just money. They start earlier, they interrupt less, and they let boring, unglamorous growth do the heavy lifting, while everyone else is chasing the next hot stock tip. And this brings us to the final piece, the one most people overlook completely. Building money and keeping money are two different skills. Plenty of people have made a lot of money and still ended up broke because they never learned how to protect it. Wealthy people guard against a very specific trap: lifestyle inflation. Every time their income rises, they don't automatically expand their spending to match it. They let the gap between what they earn and what they spend grow wider, not narrower. That gap is where all the ownership, all the investing, all the long-term security actually comes from. Meanwhile, the average person gets a raise, upgrades their car, moves into a nicer apartment, and ends up exactly where they started, just with a more expensive version of the same stress. There's one more layer here. Wealthy people also use debt differently. Not recklessly, deliberately. They might borrow to buy an asset that grows in value or generates income, like a property or a business. That's leverage working for them. Most people use debt the opposite way, borrowing to fund a lifestyle that disappears the moment the bill arrives. Same tool, completely different outcome, depending on whether it's pointed toward ownership or toward consumption. So when you put it all together, the real secret isn't a secret at all. It's a system built on four things: removing emotion from decisions, choosing ownership over just trading time, letting patience and time do the compounding work, and protecting the gap between income and spending instead of closing it. None of that requires a rich relative or a lucky break. It just requires doing the unglamorous thing consistently, long after it stops feeling exciting. So back to that question from the start. Why do some people seem to get richer just by existing? It's not magic, and it's definitely not luck. It's structure, repeated quietly for years, while nobody's watching. The people who stay wealthy aren't playing a different game with better cards. They're just refusing to interrupt a boring plan. And that's something anyone can start doing today, regardless of what your bank account looks like right now. So here's the real question to sit with. If your income doubled tomorrow, would your lifestyle double with it? Or would your ownership? Because that one decision, repeated over and over, is really the whole game. If this helped you see money a little differently, hit subscribe and let me know. What's the first thing you're going to start owning?